Big part of being a brow boss is how you actually shape the brows, how you make the brows look, how you make the client feel when they get up out the chair. Welcome to the Brows & Co. Show, your backstage pass to the world of brows, beauty, and business. I'm your host, Kechia Taylor, and I'm thrilled to have you with us for this weekly episode. Get ready to immerse yourself in the fascinating world of beauty trends, brow secrets, and the ins and outs of the beauty industry. Whether you're a beauty enthusiast, a business owner, or just curious about what goes on behind the scenes, you're in for a treat. So without further ado, let's explore the magic that happens when beauty meets business on the Brows & Co. Show. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Brows & Co. Show. I'm Kechia Taylor, CEO and franchisor of Brows & Company and your host of the Brows & Co. Show. So today's episode is kind of impromptu, but I know that so many people want to know, what does it take to become a brow boss? Okay, a brow boss. Does it take a lot? Am I capable of doing this? Can I run an empire? Can I create products? Can I hire people? Oh my God, there's so much that go into it. Can I work by myself? The answer to all of that is yes, 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 yes. You can become a brow boss. The first thing you need to do is determine, what kind of brow boss do you want to be? Do you want to be a solopreneur? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to just focus on like wax and tint or henna? Or do you want to focus on permanent makeup? So yes, you can be a brow boss. You just need to determine what avenue you want to go in. Okay, so a brow boss, of course, is a beauty boss, and you can start at a lower tier, right? You can start in a salon studio. You can start as a licensed esthetician. You can start this career field and soar from it. You can. I mean, permanent makeup, it's a little bit harder than just doing wax and tint. So becoming a permanent makeup brow boss is on a whole nother level, okay? But if you are an esthetician and you want to specialize in doing brows, then yes, you can become a brow boss. Now, the thing with being a brow boss is it really depends on what state you're living in. Like if you're in the state of Maryland, or you're in DC, or you're in Virginia, or let me just say the DMV area, right? And you want to be a brow boss, but you only want to wax and tint. Well, you have to have a license in that state to wax and tint. You cannot wax and tint in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I'm sure in other areas too, but I would check with your local cosmetology board because they do regulate estheticians. In the DMV area, and Virginia is a little bit different. So let me just speak on Maryland. So in the state of Maryland, you have to have a license. You have to be licensed as an esthetician to wax or tint, or have a cosmetology license in the state, okay? Now, you cannot just be certified to go wax and tint someone. No, you have to have a license in the state of Maryland. Virginia, you can have a waxing license, but they also have an aesthetic license if you want to tint. So some things in the state you cannot do unless you have licensure for it. The first thing you want to do is call up your board of cosmetology, and you want to see if you need a license, okay? Do I need a license to wax and tint? Do I need an aesthetics license? Do I need a cosmetology license? Do I need a license to do permanent makeup? You want to start there. Before you select any school, please check your jurisdiction first. You do not want to register for, say, a permanent makeup class and you can't do it in your state, or you just don't want to take waxing from someone who's offering it at their salon, and you have to be a licensed esthetician in your state. So you always want to call your state board, your board of cosmetology, your Department of Health, and if they have a permanent makeup board in your state, then you want to check with them first, okay? In the state of Maryland, again, to wax and tint, you need to be a licensed esthetician or cosmetologist. Now, where this get a little bit slippery is if you want to be a brow boss and you just want to do henna, right? Now, henna is all natural. It's not a chemical. So you can do henna. You need to be trained in henna. There are certification programs in how to do henna. And henna, you don't need a license to do henna, but you do need to know how to apply the henna properly. And going with that is, in order to do the henna, you want to be able to shape brows, right? So that goes back to the aesthetics license. Like, you can shape brows with different implements and tools other than wax, right? You have to be very good with shaping. That means that you have to have precision, okay, and competence when it comes to doing brows if you choose the henna route. Now, if you choose the permanent makeup route, it depends on what state you live in, if you need to be licensed or not, but you do need to be certified. You do need to have some kind of training before you put a needle to someone's skin, okay? So you need to have some kind of professional training before you even sought out to do that. Do not do that and you don't have professional training. But with that being said, you still need to understand and shape the brows. A big part of being a brow boss is how you actually shape the brows, how you make the brows look, how you make the client feel when they get up out the chair. If you are not experienced and you just want to wax and tint someone, it's the shaping and the sculpting is what's going to take you up here, right? What's going to level you up as a brow boss. And I mean, a brow boss can make 6 figures easily. And it can go from 6 figures to 7 figures, depending on if you have courses, if you have products, if you have other things going on. You just don't have to do the service, right? Once you get into the brow industry, you can stay there and you can just do brows, or you could start building on your product line, having a brow product line, having a makeup product line. You can do other things when it comes to brows. You can do more educational courses and demonstrations. So it's so many different layers to being a brow boss. But it is a beautiful life. I can definitely tell you that. But the most rewarding part is the transformation, transforming women or men's lives through beauty, okay? Let's include men, okay? Because men get their brows done too. And that's a big market. But that's another topic for another day. I'm talking about ladies. You all know that we go through these brow problems, right? We have sparse brows, we have thin brows, we have no brows, we have a high brow, we have a low brow. It's always something with our eyebrows, right? And as an artist, you know, I love doing brows. I've always done brows. I like to attack it. You know, I like to make them as close to natural or as close to perfect as possible. And I'm going to say as close as possible because nobody's face is proportionate, okay? But we're like magicians out here. The goal is to make you look perfect. So again, that's, you know, just kind of an intro into being a brow boss, right? Do your research first. Search with your local jurisdiction, your state, your city. See what's required for you to be a licensed esthetician or a permanent makeup artist before you jump into taking any type of course. And so that's my quick impromptu episode about being a brow boss. Yes, you can do it. Yes, it can be done. Yes, it is a sexy career. It is very, very sexy. Yes, it's luxurious. We love it. And I want to see you do the same, but I want you to do your research first. So, again, thanks for tuning in to this episode. I'm Kechia Taylor, CEO and franchisor of Browsing Company.